Okay, we're back in the new Bandidos show.
That was the horse. I'm the horse today. My voice is a little hoarse.
Pareho ka ni Matthew, ah. Hindi namin kaya ni Javi yan. Diba? Ay, nako,
And
nakakatuwa
there
naman.
they go. Iba pala.
Yeah, well, okay,
Horse
guys.
races pala.
What did you think about that interview?
On air? On air or off air?
On air, on air, on
I
air.
think his stand for the whole playgirls and twerking issue is on point. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with
it
you.
should be part of the platform, so you can't say, "Oh, forgive and forget," and let's talk about other things, because that is a major issue that people should be talking about.
Yes.
Why do people in power use this kind of entertainment instead of just talking about their platforms, especially on the abuse of women, I guess, in entertainment?
Well, okay. Honestly, this ever since this whole incident blew over, which by the way, we really wanted to have the ex-chair Tolentino on the line, but I think that he's not available or he's somewhere else out of town. But that's all right. The thing is, prior to that, we did get to interview him. Just for your info and guidance, Nicole. We did get to interview him on the show.
And we were very impressed.
We were super impressed. I mean,
Actually, na ano ako nun eh. Kumbaga, mas tumaas. Actually, kasi may respeto na ako kay ano eh. Parang nagugustuhan ko na siya. Mas lalo umano. Ang problema lang, yung the day after nung ano.
actually, Matthew, the
That
same day,
afternoon.
that
Same day.
afternoon.
Pagka ano ko, napafake. Ba yan? Ano ba?
So, anong sa tingin nyo ngayon on bago nangyari yan, available for interviews and comment ngayon, hindi available?
Hindi siya available eh. But, yeah, okay. Colmenares is on point, really, on that issue. And I want to talk more about it, but we have a caller, and I'm
Okay.
sure he has a lot to say about it. Of course, Mark Heron of Pasay. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Pia. Good morning, Javi. And Ma'am Nicole,
Good morning.
good morning. And sinong bandido natin dyan?
Si Bandidong Matthew
na-
nandito.
Good morning po.
Hi, Matthew.
Bakit minamam mo ako?
Ah,
Yung iba hindi.
Thank you
Nangyari
for
po
not
yung
calling
ano
me
eh.
ma'am.
Yun nga po yung issue ni Ma'am
Ikaw,
Pia
Mark,
nun eh.
okay, so...
Attorney Pia.
I'll make it even, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, ang inabutan ko lang si Kong Colmenares. Ano. I want to ask Matthew, about what you heard, This will give you a very clear view on how to judge things. You have to be very informed. You have to be very informed. Why
Yes po.
si Colmenares, okay siya. He's good. He fights for the rights of makabayan siya, no?
Opo.
Now, yung topic na kaninang binitawan niya, I kinda not agree with it. Pero before I say what I have to say, let me have your views on how he put the position sa Anong view mo anong opinion mo diyan?
Yung kay ano po, yung sa
Kay Po.
kay Poe.
How he favored it and how he explained why he favored okay lang yun. Okay lang yun.
Yung una po kasi yung pagkaka-explain niya parang parang handa siya dun sa mga sinabi niya eh. Yung masasabi ko lang po na makikita niyo po na parang suportado niyo si Ma'am Poe. Yun po yung nakita ko na
Okay.
Yun pa lang po yung talaga nakikita ko kasi medyo pasensya na po, hindi po ganong medyo naano pa po ako
Sir
sa mga
Mark,
issues.
pwede ba mag-comment yung mga hindi na youth?
I
My
want
experience.
Javi. I want you, Pia, and Nicole.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
We're just-
Okay,
we
we're
have a
just
lot to
waiting.
say.
We're giving way to Matthew here, but
Yes,
of course
yes.
he has to
Silang
learn
target
from all.
natin, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
he has to learn from the likes of
Mga
you,
ate
the
na lang
likes
po,
of
hindi na po ma'am.
mga kuya
Ate
and
and kuya.
ates, and all that. But sige, Javi.
Well, I think it's very. I think he was trying to justify his decision to run with Senator Grace Poe because he's makabayan, bayan muna,
Diba?
and I think
Sorry.
it's a
Sorry, quiet
stretch.
muna
It's a stretch to really explain na she became American, but anyway she came back to the Philippines. I think it's a stretch for me. I don't know. I think it would really go against what he's supposedly fighting for, yung being makabayan, putting the Philippines first. So I don't know what the end goal of
Yeah.
Congressman Colmenares is there.
On my end, Mark, like I'm still debating. Well, it's not even a debate, but I think we've said it before. No, when you actually take an oath in another country, especially let's say with the United States, the Pledge of Allegiance is very, very stiff and strong in their words. Like when you say, and then parts of it will ask you to renounce your allegiance to any other country, right? And fight and defend theirs. So again, reverting back to what Javi's saying, it's like being part of the Makabayan.
Yeah, part of it, I
is
pledge
parang-
allegiance to
Yes,
the flag,
exactly.
blah blah.
So,
That's
it-
only the pledge of.
Yeah.
Sorry if I may jump in.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
only the pledge of allegiance. But when you actually become an American citizen or you apply to be one, and you're not a natural born American citizen, you have to renounce
yes.
your your country. So she renounced the Philippines
That's
in
right.
effect, and her fellow Filipinos. And there's more. You don't just say the pledge of allegiance. They ask you questions. They're really specific.
Yeah,
And as Pia was
actually,
saying, pretty strong.
it's
Yeah.
pretty strong. I mean,
Yeah,
It's
'cause
more
you
than
have
just
to
the Pledge of
give your
Allegiance.
whole
I won't-
loyalty
Yes.
to them.
I won't mention this person's name, but he was also in office, no? And we were talking about it one time, and he was saying, you know, for Filipinos, there are Filipinos who even get when they get their green cards, they're actually crying.
Yes.
Okay, what more will you renounce? Right.
Yeah.
So I won't mention
And then
his
green
name,
card
but
is just a
he was the one who
residency. Yeah, yeah, that's
enlightened
right.
me also in this matter. Like, oh yeah, that's true. So there, we hope you liked what you heard, Mark.
Yes, of course.
Maybe we can get. I don't know. I
Matthew,
don't think they probably have a
these
copy
are-
of that
the-
online.
These are views I want you to hear from, the more experienced bandidos.
Wow.
Ayun nga po.
With the more
Gusto
experience.
ko
Because
po
there's
kasing
the
matuto pa.
experience, more
Also,
experience
Diba,
than the
kasi
new.
naman, we like so, kilala natin si Colmenares, he's a strong, worded person. Pag sinabi niya ganito, ganon, we tend to believe na palaban to,
Oo.
makabayan to, tapos bigla niya sasabihin yun for po, and then you'll think, why? Bakit mo sinabi? Bakit kaya niya sinabi yun? Kasi you begin to think otherwise, yung information, no? Pero kung at the early point of yung kanyang before he commented on this, di ba sabi ni Javi na in-endorse ka ni ano? So dun lang sa point na yon. So Matthew, we really have to be informed. And you really have to be informed if you're going to vote these people, if you're going to go in favor of them, kasi alam natin na they will fight for us, pero there are times when what you see becomes different when it comes to ganitong season.
Siguro ba masasabi ko yung ano? Kaya po niya nasasabi niya ngayon yung ganun ba? Siguro ito na lang yung thought na kung sino yung malakas doon na lang po. Parang yun pa sila nakikita ko eh. Kung sino yung parang kasi sabihin natin nababasa ko front runner si Ma'am Grace po eh. Parang kung yun na nga, kung saan yung malakas, dun ka umano. Yun lang yung pinapapansin ko eh.
And
Parang-
what if the tides change?
Oo nga ba, yun nga, parang napag-uusapan ni Ma'am Pia na
Can I also ask, does anyone know when her birth date is? Nobody
Actually,
knows when
no.
she was born.
No,
But
no.
how old is she?
I don't know either.
So,
She must be in her 40s, no? Like,
okay. I'm just
maybe
asking if she was born before 1972.
we will have to check. Again, #research.
research pa more.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, kasi I'm a guest here. That's why I'm asking. Mark, would you happen to know?
I don't know either.
Okay.
Let's write
Pero-
that down. #research yan.
And I will explain why next time. If you can
Nako.
find out if she was born before 1970. I will explain why I'm
Before
asking that.
1970?
Two.
Pwede.
Let me Google right now.
Oh,
Okay.
And one more I had on top of my mind, no, baka mawala eh. Kasi when you listen to what he was saying, you would see how he was trying to get away from what the question really is. Yung telling how your kamag-anak or
That's
somebody
right.
from
Exactly.
di ba?
But he also said, Sir Mark, that any normal Filipino would do that. But Senator Grace Poe is not anymore a normal Filipino.
She's
Yeah,
a
it's
step
not
higher
running
than
for-
them. No, he said
going
she's
for
a
the
step
At the end,
higher.
she's now a
Diba?
step higher.
Step higher.
Well, she was born September 3, 1968.
See?
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay, cause that's then she really has a problem. Because under the
Hindi tinanong.
1972 Constitution, if you're born after 1972, even if you're born in another country, if your parents are Filipino or Filipino citizens, then you are automatically recognized. So maybe some of the things he was alluding to was there, like, some people had to renounce their citizenship because of political persecution. Martial law comes to mind, the year 1972, all of that. But if she was born in 1968, then she doesn't fall under that. She's not allowed to. She's not automatically recognized. If her parents are Filipino and she was born abroad, there are all these questions, all these legalities that come in.
Which makes me remember what Justice Carpio also said about her. But then we're not constitutionalists,
That's
so
right.
I really wouldn't. It's
just
very
another-
hard. I'm not a constitutionalist, so.
And if we just put it on a simple question and answer thing na sasabihin mo, we do not care about what the family or what the consequences, but the reasons is. But going for the presidency is a different,
Okay.
medyo mabigat yun. And comparison with how you nakikinig kaya siya.
I have a question for you, Mark.
Well, ano naman tayo, we favored a lot of them. Pero we are also, we judge it according to the situation. Pag sinabi naman ganyan, hindi naman tayo pwede rin na, sabi ni Kong Neri, ganun doon na lang din tayo. We have our own opinions on this. Kaya ganun lang yun. Like when other lawyers talk about yung ganito, what their views on this and that, well, only the judge can say at the end. At the end of the day, yung judge lang ang pwedeng so they can say what they want to say. Ganito naman dito. And basically, parang yun the latest frustrations I had was with yung kay Arroyo and JPE when JPE was able to go out and parang it's not a matter of who persecuted who, but who has the better lawyer. Oh my!
I have a question just to kind of find some closure to that topic that Javi opened up and you caught on. For you, Mark, for you, Pia, for you, Javi, and for you, Matthew. When it comes to the issue of Grace Poe's being, whether she can run legally or whether it's a legal question or whether she can run for president or should be disqualified. Let's put it this way na lang. Ano ba talaga? Anong mas gusto nyo? Halimbawa, may isang lumaki dito na Amerikano, no? Tapos, or Amerikano na pumunta dito, tapos nagsumpa siya para sa bayan natin. Tapos, does it really matter the question of legality or do these actions count? Like, let's say a foreigner came here and decided to, really devoted himself or herself to the Philippines and wanted to run for a position and you could see the sincerity. Does that matter to you? Do you think that somebody should really be, quote unquote, a natural born Filipino under the law? Or, for example, Grace Poe's action of renouncing her Filipino citizenship when she got her American citizenship, she renounced her country, no? So what counts more to you guys?
Well,
If
I'll
I can
toss
put
back
it that
the
way,
question
no?
to you, Well, in a different way.
Okay.
In a different, perspective.
Okay.
Because you know that I advocate foreign languages, specifically Spanish. Why? Because of our history, our connection. And one of the things that I say is that who's going to translate our history that's all written in Spanish?
Yes.
Okay? As of now, at the time in 2009, we were trying to really bring back that language, because we had it before, right? And one of the major things that we were saying was precisely because of history, because you wouldn't want a Spanish-speaking Korean or a Spanish-speaking Japanese person to be translating your history, because not one single Filipino can.
Okay.
So that's where I'm coming from.
You want them to, okay. So,
So
gotta be
natural
fit.
born, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So well, that's where I'm
Yeah,
coming from.
okay.
If you can make the correlation.
Yes, I get it. Okay. How about you, Mark?
Yeah. And for me, Nicole, I would go first to, sa law kasi I find it very futile pagka inano ka kasi kagad
Oo.
na I would go for sige, kailangan Pilipino siya or
Oo.
ganito. Pero kasi at the end of the day, masusupal pala ko kung if it's already in the law that if you are you have dual citizenship and the law says you cannot, dun lang ako unang magbe-base before I get along with okay, so the decision is siya na, pero I hate to get out of there na sabihin kong I don't like it because I like him to be naturalized and ganito and you know natural born Filipino citizen kasi when the law speaks, that's the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
exactly.
answer also.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about you, Matthew, and then Javi?
Ako po kasi, tulad ng mga sagot ko palagi pag tinatanong nila kung sino yung gusto kong maging president. Bukod po kasi sa capabilities, gusto ko po makita yung passion nila sa pagsilbi. Kung gaano po ba nila gustong ano. Siguro, may point rin pa yung sinasabi nyo kanina kung foreigner, tapos kung mahal niya yung Pilipinas. Kasi, doon na kasi ano yun kung wala ka kasing, kahit wala kang kapabilidad, pag gusto mong gawin yung isang bagay, lalo na pag yung devoted ka talaga, magagawa mo yun
Pero sa tingin mo ba may passion siya dahil ni-renounce niya yung Philippines
Yun nga po yung
citizenship
nakakapagtataka
niya,
Yun nga po yung
diba?
nakakapagtataka. Na,
Ayun.
siguro, yun pa nga po, research pa more or basa-basa pa more para malaman natin. Pero sa mga yun, nagtataka ko. Kung narinig ko nga po, di ba, sa mga commercial, sino bang mag-ano? Ako po. So,
Sino pang mag-ano?
sino po,
mga,
sino
mga
pong,
commercial?
sino bang pipiliin nyo? Yung matagal na nag-serve, yung may kapabilidad, o yung natagpuan na bla 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 bla. Parang, syempre, nagtataka lang ako dun sa, nung advertisement. Tapos, ano pala, renounce pala. Parang, tataka lang po talaga ako.
Ikaw naman, Javi.
Ako for those who are running for higher office, especially in the political world, it really depends on loyalty to the country. So, because if you are going, especially for the presidency, you have to have the utmost loyalty and heart and soul for the Philippines, because it will take up your life for at least for 6 years. So, naturalized, may loyalty ka pa sa country of origin mo. And in the case of Senator Grace Poe, renouncing the country is a major issue for me. I think there came a point in her life that, well, people go to other countries because they see more opportunity there, economic-wise, and they, in a way, you're saying, well, I can live a better life there than here in the Philippines.
Yeah, and
so
some of my
I have to go.
questions are, was she oppressed? Was she being politically harassed? Was she we understand all those things na sinabi ni, all the examples that were cited, but what you're saying, Javi, is still
Yeah.
for renouncing.
Because if you
for
really
actually
love your
renouncing.
country, then you will stay and you'll work hard, break
And
your back
everyone's talking
working
about
hard.
loyalty, basically, right? It's like, how much do you love your country? How much are you willing to do? Of course, we have new bandido now. Albert here. Woo! Good morning,
Di daw po
Albert.
tumalab ang alarm.
Mark, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you
I
so
think
much.
that you're liking
Yeah.
what you hear and
Yes,
we're
yes.
enjoying the show.
So,
Thank
sundin ko
you.
po yung
Hinihintay
payo
na lang
nyo, Kuya Mark.
Hinihintay ko na lang yung sagot ni Nicole.
Oh, Nicole.
Okay, on what
Abangan nyo
his
sa
questions
susunod,
were.
ah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
we have
Matthew.
thank you. We have Jackie, Miss Jackie Santos
Ayan
on
na.
the line. Jackie Santos, good morning
Good
po.
morning, everybody, and the new Bandidos. Nicole,
Morning
it's been
po.
a long time.
Good morning,
How's
Jackie.
life? And Javi, good morning as well. And I've heard a lot. I'd like to thank Mike Heron first for raising question to Matthew. Alone, Matthew was alone kanina, no? And nakararating yung lang yata ni Albert kasi one way sila from Navotas down to Caloocan, magsasabay sila. So there's something wrong probably with the traffic or sa kanilang mga scheduling. But anyway, yung pinag-uusapan, yung dinidiscuss about doon sa all those what you've said, our Ocho, no, isang bagay pa na I would like to remind Miss Po that she didn't even inform us of during the senatorial elections, we didn't know anything about her. If there is sincerity or what they call the purity of intention from the very beginning, dapat narinig na natin yon. Hindi ngayon lang na lumalabas. And then she even said, quote unquote, kahit siya maging presidente ng Pilipinas, mananatili na Amerikano yung kanyang mga anak at yung kanyang asawa. So what will happen if something happens between America and the Philippines?
Right.
Where is she gonna go? And what has DNA has to do with the charges that she's now facing? I don't understand why. What is really exactly happening to our country? Ano ba talaga ang nangyayari sa ating bayan na? Are we just being played on, or para bang type ako ng mga tao na titingnan ko kung gusto nila ako. Para bang napapaglaruan yun ng aking napapansin na pagka parang kapritsyo ko to, feel ko to. Ayoko ng magsundalo, manggugulo na lang ako ng kapwa ko politician para ako umangat. And then you will say, magsaserve ka sa country. I don't understand that issue, Nicole, no? Yung bang para ako umangat, kailangan i-destroy ko yung yung reputasyon ng kapwa-tao ko. Di ba? Ang ganda po sabihin, Ma'am Pia, nung ganito ay yung ako ay gusto kong tumakbo at manilbihan sa ating bayan. Pero ito ang malakas kong magagawa, ito ang aking magagawa. At dito medyo mahina ako. Tulungan niyo po ako, mga kababayan ko. At doon malalaman mo na kagad yung purity. Magtulong-tulong po tayo at talagang gagawin ko po ang aking magagawa. At gagawin naman talaga. Kasi ang kultura na natin naging culture na tayo ng destroy your enemy. But something like that, no?
I think you're right, Miss Jackie, because just like what Prof. Hill has also been teaching us, okay, you don't need experience, but with what you're saying is, there's a certain humility. When you're linking it with purity, there's a certain humility that one person has to be in a position of, to really be, well, being a public servant, you have to be humble in the first place.
And we don't need a president who is Artikulo 1 kaagad. Ibig sabihin, you have to talk.
Naintindihan ba nga natin ng Artikulo 1
Kasi we need somebody who will listen to us first, kahit na kung ang anak mo halimbawa ay 4, hindi ka pwedeng sa isa lang papabor. You have to listen to everybody. What more your constituents is, almost 100 millions. Lahat, ibig sabihin niya, you have to adjust. So, kung yung akin lang, akong presidente, dedesisyonan ko lang on my own, just like that, tapos kung tapos, parang wala nang matitira sa atin, para tayong wild west na yan.
Tama.
Yung mga ganong klase, no? Isa pa, yung nakita ko kasi nun kay Miss po, na talagang, hindi, I think she's 47 or 48 years old, parang ganon yata ang edad niya. What I've seen in her, what I've noticed, yung bang tipong ako hindi Pilipino, itsura ko, tsaka yung ganito, yung ganyan ko. Yun pa lang, hindi ko na nakita kung nasaan yung being a presidentiable. From that point, although sabihin natin, we will not judge a person through that. Pero kasi yun yung first turn on when you see them, how they reply doon sa mga persecutions o yung mga pagbira sa kanila, pagbanat, doon pa lang magkakaroon ka na ng idea anong klaseng tumanggap to ng mga what do you call this, ng mga criticisms o yung mga ganong klase.
Oo, tama yun.
Kung binabati ko siya, kung
Yes,
nasa
Nicole,
lugar
oo.
ba, kung alam ba niya yung diferensya ng batikos lang, o kung papatulan niya lahat, o kung makakayanan ba niya pati yung mga challenges kapag nandun na. Diba? Parang yan ang
Dumating sa ganung point. Oo. Paano niya i-handle? Madali lang talaga magsabi ni Nicole. Ako, I can even say, I'll give you the stars, the moon, and the stars, and the heaven. How will I actualize it?
Yon ang tanong.
And yung katulad din nung one time na I will have to mention, nung nagkakaroon ng gulo sa Mindanao, maraming kidnappings na nagaganap, yung mga Apo Sayyaf. Merong nakapagsabi na isang congressman yata, I don't remember the name, I hope I would recall. Padala daw si Manny Pacquiao doon sa Mindanao. Remember, ang dami nating general na halos doon na tumanda ng napakatatagal. Miss Pia, Harry,
Yes.
and Nicole, no?
Yes.
Hindi nila basta magagawa na gano'n, nagkakaroon pa ng problema. Papapasukin mo si Manny Pacquiao, hindi
Oh.
niya alam yun.
Kung ano-ano na lang ang pinagsasabi.
Anak daw po kasi siya ng commander.
Hindi, parang parang nagiging, sinasabi mo rin, parang nagiging masyadong showbiz yung dating natin,
Ganon.
Wala ng governance.
Nakita lang
Puro
mo sa
pa-cute, puro soundbite.
Oo, nanalo lang, pwede ng presidente. Congressman Colmenares, I heard him, he was fighting against yung SADAP na dapat lang naman talaga lahat lumaban. Tatakbo raw presidente, iboboto. Hindi ganun eh. Ano ba nangyayari sa atin talaga? Kaya nga, yung mga, ang concern ko talaga, yung mga kabataan natin ay ang ganyan na kailangan pa talagang magkaroon pa ng mas maraming information and be educated more with what is exactly happening in the past. Kasi kawawa
That's it.
naman, Nicole eh.
Mhm.
Tayo papunta na doon sa dulo-dulo. Itong mga bata, haharap pa ito sa nangyayari sa
Ay, ewan
atin.
ko sa'yo, 21 pa lang ako. Dala ka lang.
Oh, isa pa yon, ma'am, 'di ba? Na
Hindi yan.
parang
Hindi
you
yan.
know, we've reminding the youth
Oo.
to register.
Oo.
'Di ba? You still
Teka
have
muna po, Miss Pia, na-cut off ko po kayo.
Oo,
Nicole, I'm sorry, I
doon
will
tayo
have to
papunta,
ask,
no?
no?
Please go on.
Bayo tayo ng bayo tayo ng bayo.
Mm-mm.
Ano ba mangyayari sa ating hindi ba nakaprograma na yung mga hocus-pocus na yan?
Ah,
Hindi ko maialis na para pa tayo na paglalaroan ng ganun, nagpapakahirap tayo mag-validate, magpila tayo ng magpila ng magboto ng
so, anong dapat gawin natin?
Yun nga
No?
eh.
Ano sa tingin ninyo, Albert at saka Matthew? Anong dapat gawin natin? Kung sa halimbawa, nakaprogram na yan sa Hocus Picus. Kasi marami rin pagbabasehan yan, no? If you listen to all the people who have gone to, I can actually bring someone here that you can interview, who are into the IT side of it, and who have gone to the Senate.
a
you
lot,
know.
yeah.
Ang dami.
Sa top, ang dami.
So, anong masasabi? Paano kung nakaprogram na yan? Tatanggapin nyo lang na lang ba?
Sa tingin ko lang yung era kasi natin ngayon, we can access every information through internet. I think dapat we have to research more about for example, yung PCOS machine na yan. Sino bang gumawa? Ano bang mga restrictions na dapat gawin? Paano nagfa-functions? Kasi the fact na online siya, sinasend datas. So, it means pwedeng ma-hack yung mga ganong data. So, prone pa din sa daya. Kasi ang pinag-aano ng COMELEC dito is that the counting of the votes will be faster or mas
Quicker.
bibilis. Ang concern lang talaga natin is the safety of our votes. So, I think the youth kailangan maging active tayo sa pagbabantay ng mga boto. So, I think dapat magkaroon tayo ng idea paano ba gumagana yung PCOS machine na yan, o paano ba na isi-send yung mga data from every precinct to their central database para at least mababantayan natin. 'Di ba may mga expert naman na IT students na mga ganyan, but hindi tayo makipag-coordinate sa COMELEC or sa mga institutions para malaman natin kung tama ba yung pagsabibilang nila ng boto through PCOS machines.
Sana matuloy yan at sana payagan kayo. Ikaw naman,
Oo
Matthew.
nga eh.
Actually, in line lang sinabi ni Albert, tama kasi yun eh. Dapat maging aware tayo sa na kumbaga, tayo na rin yung gumagamit. Alam na rin natin kung masira man or kung paano mamaniobраhin yung PCOS yung mga PCOS machine. Kasi nga 'di ba, pag online prone to daya kasi digital age, ang dami na kayang gawin eh.
Oh.
Sa simpleng pagta-type lang at pagka-click ng mouse, marami ang pwedeng gawin. Pwedeng na makahack ng isang
At saka sa
website,
tingin nyo
ganun.
ba, Pia, have you, the last time when you voted, ikaw rin, Jackie, the last time, you fill out the form, parang
Then you put it in the
test, you put it in the
machine.
machine, tapos paglabas, nakalagay, thank you for voting, di ba?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, hindi naman sinabi doon kung sino binoto mo. So,
Yes, that's right.
congratulations. Gumising ka na maaga at may ink yung kamay mo na hindi mo alam kung
You
bakit
voted
ka
for-
nandito.
you voted for blank.
Congratulations, you were able
Because I think
to
you're
come here
supposed
and
to get
vote.
a receipt, diba? Pero walang receipt.
Receipt. Meron. But
Meron ba?
walang naka-include kung
Kung
sino
sino.
yung mga naboto mo or
Ayun,
na-encode ba yung mga
dapat.
naboto
Mayroon
mo.
nakalagay.
At kung may resibo man yan, nasunod ba yung mga protocol
Yes,
nila? Yan.
Nicole, kasi the very first time, Antia
Oo.
and Javi, no? I'm sorry, I have to call
Yes,
Nicole kasi bata siya
Oo.
pa eh.
For the information and guidance, ma'am, she's older than me.
Let's have a little cut nga. But I will have to say something to Nicole and to Mr. Javi. I've done something for Miss Pia already one time. Nicole, let's please answer this. You could give me that. Knock, knock, Nicole.
Who's there?
Nicole.
Nicole, who?
If you're feeling sad and lonely, there's a service I can render. Tell the one who loves you only. I can be so warm and tender. Nicole, please, Nicole me.
Pwede naman pag tumakbo kayo.
Taran, taran,
And so,
Yan ang gusto ko kay Nicole. Masaya na
yan.
tayo.
Hindi
Diba,
ko-
ma'am?
Alam ko
Jackie,
yung
isa na
reference
lang
mo na
kulang
kanta.
sa'yo. Si Javi na lang.
Happy.
One more for Sir Javi. Knock, knock, Sir Javi.
Who's there, ma'am?
Javier.
Javier who?
Hang a shining star upon the highest bough and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Sakto. Yun yung program nyo, Kuya Javi.
Tamang
Pasko
tama.
everyday. Tumakbo si Kuya
Masyadong
Javi.
disgusting yung ating politics, but we have to dissect talaga every issue. No? That's why we
Yes.
have to talk about. But once in a while, we have to inject something like that na parang gusto nang bumaliktad ng sikmura natin kahit wala ka pang kinakain, naiimpacho ka na sa napadil. Kasi Nicole, don't you notice, para tayong pinaiikot sa palad
Oo.
nila.
Oo.
You know what mentras ka nagpapakahambol, parang iniing-ing tayo, doon ako galit na galit eh. Ba't palagi nyo kaming ganaganyan? Ang bait-bait naman ng electorate ng Pilipinas. Kasi babalikan ko lang ng kapraso. During the past elections, bago pa lang pinapalabas yung ini-endorse sa atin yung yung hocus-picus na yan. May kutob na ako na ito pwedeng i-program ito. Paano sasabihin walang daya? So, nagamit. First time na ginamit dito sa administrasyon na to. Ay, alam na naman natin na, sige, pinalabas nyo, hindi nga yan, hindi nga ninyo pinrogram yan. Hindi naman tayo kaharap nung ginagawa nila yun. Alright, meron ako idea kung paano nagawa na lumabas. Kasi nung una, lumalabas na yung isang presidensya po, napakalayo na talaga ng nakapakalayo na ng score niya eh. Ilang minuto lang tumatalbog na yung at meron ako nakuha information, narinig ko na sa radyo yun eh, pero hindi na inulit. Yung makayan inilabas nang galing ng PCOS machine. I'm sorry, hindi ko libre tayo, hindi naman tayo madidimanda kasi ito galing to sa narinig ko na rin to sa radio noon. Inilagay sa sako. At ang ibinigay na kasunod, same na gano'n, may nakaprogram ng mga balota. Yun yung ipinasok doon.
Maraming kasong na ganyan, Jackie.
Sana
Maraming
mahiya
kasong na
naman
ganyan.
sila.
Oo.
Ay naman.
Go ahead, Nicole, you
Yeah,
were saying something.
Sorry
No,
to
go ahead,
cut,
Pia.
ah, because
Yeah.
I just want to say, in as much as it's information, dissemination, it's a big thing, ah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us, we need to be more informed. But at the same time, I also wish we didn't have such short-term memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what are our politicians afraid of? I mean, why are they afraid to have the people want elected? So they think na hindi sila maboboto or
Dahil
why are they so
makukulong sila
scared?
kapag
That's
sagutin ko
one
na.
thing. That's one big thing, Nicole, yung yung mabubuto, yung sila makukulong. At saka money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks.
Kayong kabataan, tingin ninyo, anong gagawin? Okay, so you mentioned Albert, ikaw rin Matthew na pwede yan i-hack. Mas familiar kayo sa IT kaysa sa yung mga kaedad ko na 2 years lang
Manual.
sa inyo. Manual. Anong mas gusto ninyo? Paano pa? Ano pang mga ideas ninyo na sana gawin nga yun ng COMELEC na magbantay kayo? Paano pa? Paano yung buong proseso? Gusto ba ninyo yun?
Sa akin lang sa tingin ko dapat i-televise yung buong yung buong nangyayari, kahit yung pagta-transfer ng lahat ng ano, kumbaga maging transparent tayo sa lahat ng tao kasi hindi naman lahat may kaya or may capability na magbantay 24 hours dun sa mga precinct, 'di ba? Parang sa pamamagitan ng pagte-televise ng mga ano ganong klase kahit ano namang system 'di ba? Matatalino yung mga mandarayang 'yan magagawa nila ng paraan kahit gaano pa ka-high-tech yung mga ganyang ano, mas may high-tech pa ding pandaya. So ang sa akin na lang talaga, i-allow ng COMELEC na magbantay yung mga volunteer. When I say volunteer, hindi yung volunteer ng politicians. Yung volunteer talaga na...
Kung sa nakadestino yung mga tao doon.
Kasi ang laging volunteer na nakikita ko pag mga botohan.
May t-shirt pa.
Volunteer ng mayor na tamakbo, volunteer ng kapitan, ng vice mayor. So
Kasi
kailangan...
sila mismo nag-aagawan din ng
Oo,
boto.
nag-aagawan sila ng boto.
My gosh, and look at history lang,
Pero
1986 revolution, wala pa mga pikos-pikos na ngayon. Pero people were being shot, being
Nag-aagawan.
killed.
Question, televised, tapos gusto ba ninyong, ako naiisip ko, kung you mentioned televised, biglang dapat may international body rin.
May
Kasi
update,
wala akong
update.
tiwala sa ibang...
Oh, yes.
But the international body is
Network
already
dito.
crying, right? Because of what they see and what we see is totally different.
Ay,
Oo, ano.
tatanungin ko sa inyo, may tiwala ba kayo sa mga television network natin?
Yun yung mahirap sabihin eh. Tapos in terms naman dun sa ano,
RJ 8:10 AM.
ay ito ano to eh.
Sa live stream.
Ito natiwala ako sa live stream. Segue eh.
Television network natin, hindi lahat ha, hindi ko nilalahat, pero
Let's dissect the problem. Wala tayong tiwala sa mga national televisions sa Pilipinas. Then we're planning to televise it internationally. Lahat ba tayo accessible na makanood ng mga international channels? So, 'di ba? Kahit na magawa natin 'yon, kailangan mai-televise pa din sa national televisions or
Or sa radio.
internet.
pwede rin.
Internet.
Basta
Yeah,
lahat,
like the new Bandidos.
Yeah, the live stream.
Yun.
So, live streaming tayo.
Kaya gusto ko to eh.
Ang daming pwedeng gawin, 'di
Dapat
ba?
on election day, Pia. 24 hours tayo.
Paano kung,
Yung ba? Yes.
paano kung sabihin sa inyo na ang tagal-tagal ng proseso na yan na gusto ninyong mangyari? Anong sagot ninyo dyan?
What process?
Ite-televise lahat, titingnan lahat,
Basta tandaan na
papatayin
lang natin na
lahat.
pag gusto nila, may paraan.
Ano bang gusto nyo? Yung
Oo nga, tama yun.
ilang buwan tayong magbantay na matagal o 6 na taon tayong magdusa
Magdudusa.
sa mga politicians na nandadaya, di ba?
Magandang sagot.
Ako may suggestion ako dun sa yung paraan paano magiging honest yung vote. Ako sana nakikinig sila. Ako gusto ko yung mga nagbabantay doon, meron silang bracelet sa leeg. As pag naramdaman na hindi sila honest, bigla sila makukuryente.
Paano naramdaman?
Yung gusto ko ganun.
The lie detector.
Teka muna, Nicole.
Yes, Jackie, go ahead.
Doon tayo sa precinct level yan eh. Doon ako nag-iisip eh. Di ba ang dami ng pagkakataong ginanap yung mga young ones given the opportunity dahil magagaling ang mga IT marami mga estudyante ng mga IT experts na makukonsider. Sa present level yun, doon lang sa pagbibilangan yun. Ang nangyari nga pag tinangay na yung mga ballot boxes, anong manipulations ang nangyayari.
Ayan.
We have to talk about that kasi pilagi na lang tayong banubola yung ganon. At what happens to the teacher, what will happen to the teacher nga, to the mga volunteers, tayo mga bata, ano laban mo sa Armalite?
Yun na.
Tama yan.
Ano laban natin doon sa ano gusto mo, may pera ka, tahimik ka, pero buhay pamilya mo, buhay ka. Kailangan malalaman na rin ng
The
mga
Gs.
bata. May involvement na ng gano'n eh.
Guns,
Threat
gold,
at
girls.
intimidation.
Girls.
Subjugations as well.
Yeah.
Ang sakit sabihin pero na mai-express out ko kasi sayang ang panahon natin ng usap lang ng tayo ng usap ng mukhang tinitigas mga hard face na parang naku, ang titigas ng ng buhok.
Ito,
Hindi
Jackie.
nagsha-shampoo.
Ikaw kasi tigas ng buhok, hindi Ikaw ko yung sinasabi mo, tapos gusto ko malaman yung sagot ng lahat dito, may kasama pa tayong kabataan. Kung
Yes,
sino man yung
please,
gustong tumawag, no? Kasi ngayon, kayong mga kabataan, nakaranas na ba kayo na nagmamarcha kayo? Ganon?
Required daw sa klase.
Nagmamarcha sa klase. Meron,
Answer quickly. Sorry to cut everyone because we still have
nakamarcha kayo,
okay.
yung parang nagra-rally lahat. Hindi lang dahil sa walang dahilan, pero dahil talaga naniniwala kayo, yung lumalabas kayo sa daan, nagpipikit.
Parang may
kayo.
issue kayo na
Oo.
talagang affecting you.
Oo.
Si Albert.
Si
Yung
Albert.
Albert,
yeah.
okay.
Naglalakad sa traffic.
Ikaw.
Wala pa akong ganun
Nagmamarch
experience.
ako
Okay,
puntang LRT.
parang gusto kong tanongin lahat ng mag-guest dito.
Ako dalawang
Ikaw,
beses na.
Okay, dalawang beses na. I'm guessing that's...
Post, lakad, kain, lakad.
I think,
Napakahabang
I'm
nilalakad,
guessing, I think I know
diba?
what those two big occasions
Of
are.
course.
You, Javi?
Yeah. In EDSA, well, EDSA 2, EDSA 1, I was still very young. But EDSA 2, I was there. EDSA Shrine. One of the speakers, hindi yung speaker na tao, one of the speakers fell on me while it was being set up.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
That is, it's when
Left an
you
impression on you.
Experience talaga, experience.
physical impression.
It has to be, you have to be moved
Yes.
to do that.
Ikaw
You
naman,
have to be
Jackie.
moved to do that.
Ano yun, Nicole?
Yung
Magmamarch siya.
have you
Hindi lang ako nagmamarch siya, talagang ang mga 3 hours na walang tulugan niya sa prayer meeting namin.
tama.
Mag-face kami.
So-
Pero alam mo, mayroong blessing from the Lord. Ano, meron ka talaga makukuha. Kaya, naki-endure ko yung aking lakas.
ito yung tanong ko.
Sige,
Sa
go ahead.
mga, it's mostly for the kabataan. Kayo may experience kayo. You think yung ibang ka-age ninyo, gagawin nila yan? Or
Yes.
hanggang social,
Yes.
ano lang?
Yun yung isang disadvantage
Social
of
media.
having a social media. Instead of going outside, sabihin mo yung mga yung mga hinaing mo, magpo-post ka na lang sa
Facebook
Facebook,
na lang.
uupo, maghihintay ka ng
Mag-rant.
likes and maghihintay ka na mag-share and magko-comment.
Maghintay ka rin na magko-comment sa'yo para sagutin
Oo,
mo.
para sagutin mo. So,
Ilan ba yung mag-share or comment? So, 10 lang yun.
Oo, di ba?
You
Parang-
need to go out and get your
yun talaga
first
Exactly.
yung kailangan, hindi lang tayo sa social media active, kailangan active din tayo sa labas.
Oo.
At yung tanong niyo po kung sa tingin niyo
Oo.
gagawin ng kabataan yung mga ganong klaseng bagay. Based on my observation, only in the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, alam niyo naman po yung mga kabataan, the very radical. So, doon pa lang, masasabi ko na active sila. They're sacrificing their class, their academics, subjects, para lang ma-voice out nila kung ano yung mga problema ng bayan. So, I think it's hindi pa din nawawala yung pagiging militante ng mga kabataan
And I
ngayong
think
araw.
the attitude, in my opinion, I'm hopeful, I'm positive. I want to hope talaga that if there's more information available, the youth will act.
Okay.
The youth
Okay.
will act. Ma'am, I'm sorry to cut
Yes,
you.
yes.
But
I understand.
forgive me, please.
Yes,
I
I
have to
understand.
take another caller.
Yeah,
Nonoy Balister.
sure.
Thank you so much
Happy
for
weekend.
being happy
Thank you,
weekend.
ma'am.
Happy
Thank
weekend.
you,
Yes, Nonoy,
Tita.
come in, Nonoy.
Hello, good morning, Miss Pia and Miss Nicole. It's been a while.
Good morning, Nonoy.
And we're also with
Hear your
Javi
voice
Padilla,
again.
of course.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
You know what? I've been asking Tita Carmen, when will Miss Nicole be back on air?
It's a good thing Miss Nicole is my friend.
Oh,
So she
Well,
has no
guess.
choice when I call her, come here, Nicole.
Thank you, Nonoy. Long time no hear.
yeah, long time no here, Miss Nicole.
We,
Well,
should,
about the
we can have a
topic,
campaign to get
okay?
her on the new Bandidos.
Yes.
right? About the topic, about this issue on Grace Boggs being Filipino, okay? Well, you know, in my opinion, Grace Boggs never been a Filipino. She is a female in the first place, so she is a Filipina. Joke lang, ha?
Joke lang.
Comedian si Kuya, comedian.
Ganyan si
Oo, kilala
si
ka ni Mr.
Nonoy.
Gomez.
Oo.
Pero ganito tingnan nyo ha. In my opinion, okay, the way I read it, this Grace Poe doesn't want to lose this opportunity of becoming the president of this land. Okay, it has been proven many times before that this sympathy vote has been, very effective. Remember when Ninoy died, Cory became the president, and when Cory died, her son was installed in office. Okay? Kaya kung, if you have noticed guys, this Grace po, wala siyang ibang sinasabi. Anak ko ni Fernando po namatay ang tatay ko. And then, dinaya siya sa eleksyon. At ako, napulot, ampun lang ako. In other words, you can vividly see here that this Grace po is promoting this sympathy vote to boost
Yes.
her candidacy. Right?
Yeah.
Sus Mariosit naman, patawarin. Pag ganyan naman na naging presidente natin. And take note of this, guys. This Grace has never said anything about how she would encounter this rising crime rate, especially this, unabated proliferation of these drugs.
And which we were talking about earlier.
Oh, wala rin siyang sinasabi how she will bring down the rising unemployment rate. Iyan ang main issue natin. Hindi yung napulot ako, ampun ako. Eto pang isang problema, Miss Nicole and Miss Pia and the rest of the guys there, ano? Yung quality ng ating mga voters. Have you noticed that? Meron tayong mga fanatic voters na hindi nag-iisip.
Yes.
May mga bayaran tayong butante.
Yes.
At meron tayong mga butante na natatangay nitong tinatawag na bandwagon mentality. Na kung sino lang ang sikat, doon na sila. Aba, number 1 sa survey to, at least panalo to, dito na tayo.
Akala mo siya rin yung nanalo, ano?
Oo, ganun nga.
Parang ganun. Iboboto ko yan kasi mananalo yan. Parang nanalo na rin ako. Ganun ba?
Saan tayo dadalhin yan?
Oo.
Yun
Wala
ang problema kung paano natin mararak, masishake ang isipan ng ating mga butante.
Ito yung okay,
Yan
sir,
ba?
go.
Go ahead.
Ito yung problema ngayon sa sa political system ng Pilipinas eh. Talagang noon pa man kung sino talaga yung pinakakilala, yun talaga yung mas may malaking chance na naboboto. And in fairness naman sa sir, alam mo na ano po, yung tungkol kay Grace po ano na lang, parang hype na lang dahil na nangyari kay Fernando po Jr. I mean, binabasa ko lahat ng mga binabasa ko yung lahat ng mga platforms niya, yung mga speeches niya, pinakikinggan ko. Isa lang talaga yung tumatatak sa isip ko eh. Ipagpapatuloy ko ang nasimula ng aking ama. Ano ba? I mean, ano ba ang nasimulan? Bukod sa mga pelikulang magagandang pelikula. Ano pa bang nasimulan? Di ba?
Fernando po, kung natatandaan nyo,
Sa
kaya
bagay.
ditong pumatay ng 10 truck na hapon na hindi na reload ng bala.
Sniper nga po yung shotgun.
So, parang, tama yung sinabi mo, Albert. Ano bang ginawa ng tatay mo? Ibig
Yeah.
sabihin, okay, so, actually, wala siyang nahawakan na posisyon.
Yes, dumiretso siyang president.
So, eksakto.
Tsaka hindi naman din
Okay.
sa kasi ako,
So,
idol ko si FPJ.
Oo.
Pero yun yung point na, di ba, yung meron kasi sinasabi talaga nakakasawa na yung, sisimulan ko ang nagawa ng ano. Ano bang
Oo.
nagawa ng ano? Gagawa ka rin ba ng pelikula? Ano?
Oo, ganun.
So, okay. So, hindi naman pala kayo,
Impressionable.
Oo.
As impressionable as some people may think.
Oo.
That entails a lot of homework talaga kasi just so you know, Nicole, we really impose. Ganun eh. Sina Albert and Matthew, that's a teacher in me. And we always say na read up.
Yes.
Read up on current events. Read up on the latest issues.
News.
Look into all these things. Research. Why are you voting for someone? Because sometimes when they ask me, Ma'am, anong tingin nyo ganyan? I tend to toss the question back to them. Ikaw, bakit
tingin
kaya, di ba, ano bang tingin mo? Alam mo ba yung plataforma niya? Meron ba pa ba tayo naririnig dito? So, again, critical thinking skills have to be really honed here.
Yes.
And it's part of our daily decision making processes.
Let me read some tweets, Pia.
Go
about
ahead.
our with Representative Colmenares from Mom Blogger. What about the citizenship of her children and husband if she wins? Because we were talking about her citizenship. From Wonderbee Wonder Mom. I agree with you, Pia. We are forgetful, or it's like we have selective memory as a people.
Yes.
We seem to remember only the good and not the bad that people have done to us. Hashtag, masyadong mabait ang Pinoy.
Nako.
Yes.
Tama yan.
From
Tama
Art
talaga yan.
Garcia, if it doesn't bother you, but it bothers a lot of people regarding the citizenship of Grace Poe again. So a lot of people are tweeting in.
Oh, that's good. Thank you so much. Don't make me swim in Manila Bay, but I will do it if you keep doing it. Diba?
Wait a minute, in addition to what he said, hindi mabait eh, simple-minded eh.
Simple-minded.
Di ba? Ibig sabihin, okay, I am about to hang up, okay, but let me remind you guys, keep this in mind, na mas marami yung hindi nag-iisip, at kukunti yung mga nag-iisip.
Yun na
Ano
nga.
tayo mananalo dyan? Salamat po.
Salamat.
Thank you po. Thank you so much.
It's just like also what I said earlier. I don't know if you guys agree, but I really have a thing about dumbing down society. You know, I mean, especially if I'm a teacher, my dream is always for, first and foremost, like me, I'm a mother. I'm so pleased when my children know more than me, right? Because I can't claim to know everything, but I think that I feel I'm doing a good job when I see them really investing in learning. I feel the same way about my students when I see them also being that way. Shouldn't we as a nation want to aspire for that as well? That, you know, that we invest in the next generation because we just want them to be better.
Yes, gaya ng sabi niyo, Ma'am Pia, we are investing to the next generation, and by investing to the next generation, we're also investing on our future, 'di ba? Parang the
Correct.
youth is the future. So ang makaka-feel ng mga nararamdaman ng youth is also the youth, 'di ba?
Susunod na
Kung sino yung mga nakakaalam ng mga in ngayon, ng trends, ng mga dapat gawin ngayon, it's the youth, 'di ba? Parang
Yes.
it's the tawag natin doon, experienced generation is the guide of the
Next generation.
youth.
Kumbaga yung legacy
right now.
namin, sila rin na makikinabang.
Oh yeah, the future itself ang makikinabang.
That's why nga Professor Hill Santos, you know, we've had the pleasure of talking to him almost every day, except for today, hoping we can have him next week. I know it's probably a busy Friday for him, but he really educates us by, you know, helping the youth to understand that it takes 50 years, right?
Change the generation.
To change 50 years, guys.
Senior na ako.
So, when are you going to start doing that? When are we, Nicole, having?
Yeah.
When are we gonna start doing that? When we're what?
Pag nagiging
80?
house na daw.
No, it's now. Because
It's
these
now.
kids are
Yeah.
also having to chase
their
after
turn.
time.
Yeah.
At ang hilig ng kabataan ngayon sa tamang panahon.
Yeah.
Yan,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Yeah.
Parang ano bang hinihintay nating tamang
Hindi-
panahon?
Tsaka, diba, mayroong sa lahat ng bagay may tamang panahon, pero hindi pare-pareho yung gagawin mo doon. Diba?
Okay.
Pero in terms
I
na dito
understand.
sa nangyayari,
Yeah.
hindi rin kailangan tamang panahon na hihintayin kong magbago na lang ang Pilipinas. Di ba nga sabi ko, ang pag-ibig hindi yan dumadating na nakatunganga ka lang.
Yeah.
Dapat may ginagawa ka. Ang tamang ayun nga, ang pagbabago ay natatagpuan ng ng may ginagawa ka.
Yes.
Hindi
Sinabi mo
lang-
kanina yung makakasalubong mo.
Oo.
Yung
Yes,
nakatayo
oo,
ka lang
oo.
dyan. May
Not passively
pinupuntahan ka.
waiting.
Okay.
Kailangan gumawa ka ng paraan para maging tama yung panahon.
Mm-mm.
And it's kung hinintay mo yung tamang panahon, ngayon na yon, kailangan gumalaw ka na
Oo.
talaga.
Kasi nga ang pagbabago hindi naman yan dumadating ng
nakahiga ka
nakapackage
lang,
lang.
nakanganga ka lang, hindi
parang-
pwede. Kailangan may gagawin ka talaga.
Well, I have to wrap up, guys.
Yeah.
And
Ay,
I'm so happy that Nicole Jacinto has been with us today.
Thank you, Pia.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me, Pia, Javi. Salamat, Matthew. Salamat,
Sana
po
next week
Albert.
nandito po
Salamat,
ulit kayo.
Ah!
I-hashtag ko yan. Ibalik si
Pwede
Ma'am
ko lang
Nicole.
Sabihin, abangan din yung mga susunod na programa, no? Si Lapid Fire with Percy Lapid ang sunod. And then
Uy,
go
maganda
ahead
yun.
and-
Naabutan ko yun kahapon, ha? Ang ganda ng mga discussion nila kahapon. I'll talk about it off-air with you. Nicole.
Okay,
Okay,
sige.
yun. Okay. Thank you so much. This has been Pia
Ay,
Marito with my... Oh,
can I say
yes.
something?
Sorry, go.
Uulitin ko ulit yung sinabi ko last time. Sa darating na eleksyon, no bayo, no boto. Ang hindi bumoto, walang karapatang magreklamo. Ay,
Next!
Ma'am
Very
Pia.
good.
Parehistro na kayo.
O, yan. Ulitin mo, Albert.
Magparehistro na po kayo now na.
Now na! Okay.
Ngayon na, kasi pagkatas ng show, lumabas
no,
na kayo.
Thank you so much. It's been Pia Marito with my partner.
Javier Padilla, happy weekend!
Happy weekend, of course, with Nicole Jacinto and our students from the Polytechnic University
Thank
of
you po.
the Philippines.
Magandang
Thank
masayang
you.
umaga.
Thank you for listening to the new Bandidos show.